Mark, you're down here for basically an anti-fracking protest.
Yeah.
For those who've never even heard of it, what is fracking?
Fracking is drilling into the ground at great depths through the aquifers, which is our natural water that's under our feet, into shale rock, 2,000 or so metres below the surface. From there they drill horizontally. They can go for miles horizontally. They'll let off little explosions into the shale, which releases the gas. As well as that, they pump down millions of gallons of water, along with something just short of 600 different chemicals, including benzene, ethyl oxide, arsenic, various others. They're all on there online for you to see, as long as you're in this country, of course, because in America they don't have to tell you what they are due to the Halliburton laws. They inject this in at high speed into the rock, which releases the gas. The gas flows back up through the piping and to the surface. Now only a smaller percentage of that water and the chemicals return to the surface. They have to be disposed of. They contain radioactive waste as well as the fracking fluid. They're kept in storage pools, and then they're disposed of. How? Nobody seems to know. Well, of course the gas industry knows, but it's a closely guarded secret. Of course, the problem then lies with what's left in the ground. That has got to migrate somewhere, and eventually it will migrate back into the water table. Yeah, it says it's a clean way of getting power, but it really isn't. It destroys landscapes, it destroys wildlife. 60% of England is earmarked for fracking. What you see over here is one pad. It's an exploratory pad. If they find gas there, all over this land here, you will find pads, drill pads, as far as the eye can see, and that'll be the way all over the countryside. I've seen photographs of America, but more to the point, what I'd like to say, I've seen photographs of what they've done to Keele University, where they've been drilling for 3 years now, secretly, because they've had research grants. It's all been done behind closed doors. They're not drilling at the moment, so you're able to get up to the drill pad, and everything's dead. Nothing lives there. It's a barren landscape. It looks like it's been hit by a nuclear bomb, and that is what's coming to our countryside.
So, I mean, you've told us about fracking, and you've largely covered why you would be against it. What are you actually planning to do to stop it? Well,
what we want to do, the only way we can fight this, because the government are playing a very dirty game. Every time a breach of the rules of the law is breached by the gas companies, the government are actually changing the law to fit what the gas companies want to do. So the way that we're planning to go about it, or we plan to go about it on this campaign in Barton Moss and elsewhere, wherever they are, is to disrupt the process, cost them money, and scare off the shareholder and the investor.
So, I mean, there's only a few of you here at the moment. Are you planning that the camp should grow? Is it going to be another Balcombe?
The camp will grow. I don't think it'll be quite the size of Balcombe, because Balcombe was Sussex in the summer. This is Salford in the winter. Might put a few people off. Plus at Balcombe we had 2 road verges, 200 yards long each. Both were full of people. Here we've got 1 road verge, which could probably use 200 yards here. We've got a lot of scrub to clear. Conditions are going to be more difficult. So I don't expect I mean, at any one time at Balcombe we would have 300 people. We won't get anywhere. I'll be surprised if we get anywhere near that camp in here, but I'm certain we'll get upwards of 50.
So, I mean, you're asking people to help you in various ways. What are the most important ways that people can help you if they support you?
Local people get involved. We want local people involved. This is your area. It's a national problem, but it's also very localised, and it's important that local communities get involved. Come up and talk to us, get some information, get some education, educate yourselves. don't let these people do this to you. Don't let them offer you sweeteners, because those sweeteners are bittersweet. You know, after they're all gone, you'll be left with the consequences. You know, you might get your drive tarmac to something like that, or you might get a new community centre built quite cheaply or something, but you can't drink money. You can't drink money. You know?
So if people want to get to know more about fracking, is there a particular movie you'd recommend them watch?
I'd definitely recommend Gasland 2, and also Drill Baby Drill, and also get the Frack Out. The Mendips have made a new video that they haven't come up with a title for yet. It's actually finished. They're still just working on a title for it, but that'll be out very soon. But certainly Gasland, start off with Gasland. It's a good baseline. It'll tell you about the American experience, and follow it up with Gasland 2. Yeah, that's what I'd say, really.
What are your living conditions like? You've not chose the best time of year to come and do this, have you?
No, we're pretty hardcore though, I think. You know, we'll deal with it, we'll adapt. We're getting a lot of help. Local people are starting to come in with donations of blankets, sleeping bags. They're always welcome.
Donations of food, of course, yeah.
Socks are really important, you know, because I mean, trench foot's not very nice. We're likely to get a few cases of that this winter, and frostbite possibly. So socks are always really important. Any old warm jumpers, you know, it's not a fashion parade. We don't care what we look like here, you know, but we plan to stick this out as long as iGas are here.
So what about you sort of bathing?
Bathing,
are you going to be a load of stinky hippies?
Kind of quite fortunate really, because quite a few locals at the moment have offered us baths, showers, etc, etc. I'm quite fortunate. I've lived in the south for 18 years, but I'm actually from Staffordshire, so I'm going to nip off every fortnight and spend a couple of days recuperating, a bit of respite and stuff. So yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to us.
You're welcome, mate. Yeah.